And likewise, as we mentioned a minute ago, as a candidate for president in 2016 and as president, Trump has said he would like to go after Hillary Clinton, even promising to appoint a special prosecutor.
If I win, I am going to instruct my attorney general to get a special prosecutor to look into your situation, because there has never been so many lies, so much deception.
The FBI and the Department of Justice created a fraud in allowing Hillary Clinton to get away with her terrible, terrible crimes.
I look at what's happening with the Justice Department. Why aren't they going after Hillary Clinton with her emails and with her the dossier? And
Senator Blumenthal, I'm curious, on Capitol Hill, how do you think a report like this will land? How do you think a revelation like this will land? What will the ramifications be? Democrats taking control of the House. You'll still be in the minority on the Senate side, but Democrats will have a little bit more power there come January on Capitol Hill. How will this report intersect with that? Will it?
This excellent reporting is really a bombshell. It will be profoundly significant as evidence of criminal intent, the hardest element to prove in an obstruction of justice case. It shows an absolute contempt for the rule of law, repugnant and abhorrent in anyone, but particularly the President of the United States. And it shows the increasing jeopardy for our justice system. This contempt for the rule of law, with Matthew Whitaker as the acting Attorney General, a Trump loyalist. In fact, his only qualification is that he is a Trump loyalist, will mean the potential for Trump acting on these absolutely abhorrent impulses. And finally, it will create momentum for real enforceable rules that govern the relationship between the White House and the Department of Justice. There have been memos that set forth practices and protocols, policies and norms, but not really enforceable rules. And clearly, we are at the point now where Congress must have hearings and must set those rules.
Caroline Polisi, in terms of this specter of obstruction of justice, the abuse of power, these terms being thrown around here, the defense that could potentially emerge on a charge like that from the White House, would it be, okay, Trump happened to suggest this, didn't act on it? Trump was basically shooting his mouth off and never acted. Would that be the defense that somebody in that position would try to?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, a little part of me dies every time I hear reporting about an attorney talking with his client. Of course, Don McGahn is the White House counsel. He's not President Trump's personal attorney. But, there is an argument to be made, including executive power as well as attorney-client privilege, that, somebody should be free to talk about things at length with their attorney. And of course, this hasn't come to fruition yet. I will just say that, legally speaking, there is no requirement that there's an underlying crime of collusion or whatever we're going to call it, conspiracy to, undermine the free and fair election in the United States in order for Mueller to charge an obstruction count. OK, we all know that. However, politically speaking, I think it would be risky for Mueller to charge an obstruction count without that underlying crime there. So I think it's all or nothing. I think it's either you get both of them there or neither.
And Michael Schmidt,
Steve,
I'm sorry, is that Ari?
Yeah, I was just going to throw in real quick. There is no attorney-client privilege between the president and the White House counsel. John Dean in Watergate is a memory lane for a lot of people on that. And so this is a huge deal precisely because this isn't private musings. This is the president trying to directly order through McGahn as his intermediary to DOJ these prosecutions of Comey and Clinton. This is huge Banana Republic type territory. And so it's not, oh, I had a private thought and I was musing with my private attorney. This is the government attorney paid by our tax dollars. And this is conduct that even he warned the president. I don't use the I word a lot. Don McGahn, according to Michael's excellent reporting tonight, allegedly here, warned the president, you do this, we're not just talking about a misdemeanor charge here or someone else in trouble. We're talking about a high crime of impeachment. And he gave that counsel during a time when the Republicans controlled the entire Congress.
And Michael, is there context here on, you say that this was in the spring of 2018 when the president had this conversation with McGahn. Is there context about what was going on more broadly that might have precipitated him having the conversation at that moment?
Well, spring was a tumultuous time for the president. I guess there's a lot of tumultuous times for the president. But in terms of the investigation in the Justice Department, there was a shakeup on his legal team. Rudy Giuliani was going to come in and replace John Dowd. There was a disagreement about whether the president would do an interview. John Dowd did not want him to do an interview and quit the team because of that. But more importantly, there was the Michael Cohen raid, where the Justice Department and the FBI got a search warrant. They raided the offices and the residences of Cohen, taking a wide range of stuff. And that was a very aggressive move to go into the offices of the president's lawyer and take things from there for a criminal investigation. We know that really bothered the president and was in some ways a game changer for the posture that the president and his lawyers have taken towards Mueller and the Justice Department since then, really upping and launching more attacks on them.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.